In this video, I want to explain to you why affirmations don't work, why it's some bullshit, and what you really need to be doing instead. You see a lot of people in the self-help space telling you to say affirmations and be positive. These are the same people burning sage around their house, collecting colorful rocks, putting them all around their homes, right? Reading horoscopes and shit, and wearing hip jewelry, nerds. But that affirmations don't work for one simple reason. You can't bullshit yourself. I know they tell you to just look in the mirror, say these things, and there's a part of your brain that knows that you're bullshitting yourself. It knows you're full of shit. But you can build confidence. There is a way to build the confidence to go out and accomplish your goals. But it ain't talking to yourself like a fucking schizophrenic person. I'm gonna give you the real shit. You may be thinking, hey, why should I listen to this guy in a fucking tank top yelling at the internet? Oh, because over the last few years, I built multiple 8-figure businesses. If you've been on YouTube for any amount of time, you've seen over the last 10 years, I've been calling at a high degree. And I'm going to show you how to as well by building the confidence necessary the real way, not with affirmation. So there's 3 steps. Step number 1, you want to give yourself a reason to be confident, right? You can't just bullshit yourself, because the truth is, if you're not confident in yourself, there's probably a reason you're not confident. And if you're not confident, it might not be as much of a bad thing as you think it is, or you've been led to believe. It might just mean that you're a rational human being, because confidence comes from competence. If you're not good at something, you shouldn't be confident in your ability to do it. If I wanted to do my own plumbing, I ain't never plumbed before. And if I try to fix the fucking sink with no experience, there's no reason why I should be confident. I should approach that situation with a fair amount of trepidation. Now, every time I say something like this, people say, oh no, confidence shouldn't come from confidence. Be confident in yourself. You should just have confidence. Fucking crazy talk, man. What happens is they're using confidence with self-love. I love myself. Everyone knows that. But that doesn't mean to just believe I can do my own plumbing for no reason. I love my son, but I don't have enough confidence to leave him home alone for a day. In fact, go to fucking prison if I did that shit. He's 6 years old. When my grandma was alive, she was 96, man. We loved her to death, but we didn't have confidence to let her sleep alone. She had to have a 24-hour caretaker because we didn't have any confidence in her ability to stay alive on her own. Confidence comes from competence. You need to give yourself a reason to be confident in any endeavor you're trying to partake in, or just confidence in yourself, like general confidence in yourself. You got to give yourself a reason to have it. And here's how I built this when I was 16. When I was 16, I probably didn't have as much self-confidence as I would have liked. And there was this guy I looked up to. His name was Bill Phillips. Started a supplement company called Metrex. They were making first protein powders. It was super gross in the 90s. He started that company, then sold it, and started another company called EAS Sports Nutrition. They were one of the first supplement companies to bring creatine to market. This dude was a big deal, multi-millionaire, baller, shot caller, and he had this magazine called Muscle Media. Bill wrote an article every month. In 1 month, Bill talked about how to build confidence. And what he said was, every day, make a list of 5 things you're going to do that day and accomplish those 5 things no matter what. Bill said that after a certain amount of time, you'll start believing in yourself. You'll start trusting yourself more. And I started doing it. And they weren't like big ass bad things. They were like basic things. Because I doing those things every day, I started to believe in myself. I started to have more confidence in myself. So I suggest you do that. 5 things every day that you're going to do. And they don't have to be big, huge things. They can be simple things. But if after a certain amount of time, you'll start to trust yourself more. And confidence and trust are synonymous. The reason you don't have a lot of confidence in yourself now is because you're breaking all sorts of promises you made to yourself. You're breaking them all the time. You say you're going to do this, you say you're going to do that, and you don't do it. Of course you don't have confidence in yourself. You haven't given yourself a reason to be confident. This list of 5, it starts to give you proof. It could be just work out today. It could be call your mom. Productive things, not play video games for 5 hours. Like things that are positive, things that will move you towards your long-term goal. But if you're just starting, just make it like fucking simple things, man. Like don't eat candy today. Spend time with kids. Walk the dog. Like it can be simple things. You feel me? Fun fact, I got that from Bill Phillips. When I was 16, a few years later, he sold that company EAS to Abbott Laboratories. While I was working at Abbott Laboratories, I was doing an internship during college. Bill sold EAS for $300 million to Abbott Laboratories. Shout out to Bill Phillips. The next thing you want to do is something I call the list of great. Think about all the things you want to accomplish in your life next year or the next 5 years, your long-term goals. And on this list of great, I want you to write down all the attributes that version of you who's accomplished those goals had. What time does that person go to sleep? What time does that person wake up? How does that person dress? How does that person behave? How does that person handle challenges, adversity? Start writing down the attributes that that version of you would have if you accomplish that goal. And what happens is, I want you to look at that every time you act in accordance with what's on your list of great. What's going to happen is you're going to feel good about yourself. You'll start to believe in yourself a little more because you'll know that you're starting to behave like the person you need to be to accomplish your goals. And you'll start to feel better about yourself, and that alone is going to build confidence. The list of great. Here's something important. Try to get some wins. Small victories. So if you have a big goal, break it down into very small steps. Studies show that actually winning changes your brain and your biology on a real neurological level. So winning, accomplishing things actually raises your testosterone. It changes your behavior. It has a neurological effect on your brain, actually changes you, and it makes you more likely to win. It works in reverse though. Then what happens is studies show that taking losses lowers your testosterone. When fans of a team watch their team lose, experience a drop in testosterone, and it affects them in a negative way. This is why I stopped being a Chicago Bears fan. This is why I am a bandwagon fan. Who's ever winning is who I root for. My team's gonna win the Super Bowl every year. And the next thing you need to do is kind of related to affirmation. So affirmations are about being positive, but it's like bullshitting yourself. What I'd rather you do is to make sure you're not negative. I want to give you an example. There was a guy named Bill Buckner. He was an amazing baseball player. He won all types of awards, and he was about to be in the World Series. He was interviewed before the World Series, and big old Bills. And Billy said, the dreams are that you're going to have a great series and win. The nightmares are that you're going to let the winning run scoring a ground ball through your legs. It's kind of negative. There's some negativity here. Let me show you what happened in the World Series.
Little roller along first, behind.
He went to right. Something happens when you're negative. Like, I'm not telling you to be positive. I'm telling you not to be negative. Don't be negative. There's another guy named Pistol Pete Maravich. He was a basketball player, and he said, listen, I don't want to play 10 years in the NBA and die of a heart attack at 40. He said that in an interview. Guess what happened? Yeah, Pistol Pete played in the NBA for 10 years and died of a heart attack at 40. Why was he saying this shit? Why was he, don't be negative. My boy, Andrew Tate, he was always saying, man, the Matrix is going to get me, the Matrix is going to get me, the Matrix is going to get me. Oh, the Matrix got him, didn't they? Didn't they? It's like, he's still up. I'm just saying, like, yo, don't be negative. I'm not telling you to be positive. Just stop being negative. This is very important because there's a part of your brain called the reticular activation system. It's at the base of your brainstem. It's in charge of what you notice. For example, look around your room now. Look real quick. Look for everything red. How much red do you see in your room? Now close your eyes and tell me how much brown was in the room. You don't know. If you close your eyes, you don't know. You might not know how much brown is around me because you were looking for the red. Or one of your friends get in the car. You start seeing that car fucking everywhere, don't you? Everywhere you go to see that car. Guess what, asshole? You're not an X-Man. You're not an Avenger. You didn't attract this shit. The car was there the whole time. You just never noticed it because it wasn't your RES system aware of it. But then you start seeing it all the time. Listen, you start talking about negative shit, you're going to see that negative shit around you, but you're going to miss the positive shit. You get what I'm saying? That's why all I talk about is ball in the shot call. As a result, I see more opportunities to get money. I see more opportunities to succeed. I don't think I attract it. I don't think I'm magic. I see more opportunities for that to happen. But you got to at least stop being negative, because if you're always complaining, if you're always talking about what's going wrong, if you're always talking about bitches doing this shit, or you're always talking about the whatever your political beliefs are doing this, that's what you're going to see. Just like the call. If you're talking about the negative things, you're going to see more of it because it's going to make you unconfident. If you can at least just be neutral, then at some point you'll be able to switch it to positive. I watch my language. I never say, man, I ain't got enough money. I say, yo, I got to get more money. Oh, man, I'm sleepy. I said, oh, man, I got to get more energy. I'm really weird about the shit. I don't say, oh, I'm thirsty. I'm like, yo, I need to get something to drink. I talk in terms of what you want, not in terms of what's going bad. Ah, man, I'm lonely. No, I got to make more friends. Ah, man, I ain't got no bitches. I got to get some pussy. Whatever it is. Talk in terms of what you want instead of being negative. You can say the same thing. One is going to put you in the mindset to go accomplish it. The other is going to just make you feel sad and fucking, it's almost like you're giving up, especially when it comes to money, right? Don't say, oh man, I'm broke, I ain't got enough money. I say, oh, I gotta get some more money. I gotta figure out how to get this. It's very important. Like, I took my son into the Omega store. I wanted to look at some watches and shit, you know. My son was like, how much is that? And the dude said, oh, it's like close to $8,000. He's like, $8,000 for what? He's 6. He's like, that's too much. And I was like, listen, my nigga, never say something that's too much money. We can have whatever we want if we work hard enough for it. There's nothing that's too much money. We can get whatever whatever we want if we work hard enough. He said, yeah, you're right. All right. When I'm talking, nigga. I'll take 2 of those watches, please, just to flex on this little nigga. I'm just playing. That's my man. That's, you know what I'm saying? But I have another video that talks more in depth on this topic to really show you how to change your mindset for the better. Go watch that video right now.